Hello friends and welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a plan with me using this gorgeous autumn academia kit. I'm going to be putting it into my business planner, which I have right here. I did the setup video not too long ago. I will link it at the end of this one if you did not see the setup video. But first, let's go through some of these goodies. I have here like a little functional bundle, and I'm just going to kind of flip through all of this and show you what I have in it. Each one of these pieces you can purchase either separately or in just like a whole bundle, and they're in the both shops. So whether you go to the Etsy shop or the Shopify shop, they're in either one, it doesn't matter. And so you can just pick up whatever you need. Some of them are underlays, but for the most part, actually most of them are underlays, and then those like little library ones were overlays. And then this is the kit. So I've already kind of shown this in a couple of little videos on Instagram, but you're going to see it pretty well close up as soon as we actually start putting this little planner together. So I'm just going to kind of quickly flip through all the pages so you can see what we have to work with and then kind of just get started. I am doing a voiceover, trying something new. Also, one of the things that I am going to do is not a lot. I didn't end up doing it a lot, but I did have high hopes to be able to use some of this ink. And so I kind of went through and matched some of the ones that I thought went the best with this kit. And those are the ones that I had. And then I've got a couple of stamps here, but I really didn't do as much stamping as I wanted to because I just couldn't find the right stamps. I just went through all of the ones that I had and I just could not find what I wanted. I'm also going to use my little scripts, and I have some foil. I will show you all of the foil that I use so that you can see like what companies that I tend to buy foil from. So first of all, we have the planner, which is, oh, I love this planner so much. And it's so simple because this is my business planner. And in my business planner, I can decorate it. I can do whatever I want in here. It doesn't go anywhere. Nobody else gets to see it except for you're seeing it right now when I set it up, but nobody really sees it after it's all set up. It's all for me. I can play with different pen colors. I can use different highlighters. But like, it's important that I have this planner so that I have a place to keep track of certain things. And did you see that little gorilla move I just did? Be gentle when you pull your stickers off. So I'm going to try my best to put it back together and put it down on the paper. But these premium matte stickers, just like washi stickers, they will rip if you just like strong arm them off of the sheet. So you just have to be kind of careful. And it is going to look a little bit silly, but it's okay because it's going to get some other stuff on top of it and you really won't even notice. So I absolutely love that sticker too, by the way. It is like my favorite thing. And so because I'm a typewriter nut, I love typewriters and plants, and this whole table atmosphere right here just gave me all of the feels of like just being in school again. And just real quickly before I get into what I was going to say about this planner is that the reason why I'm setting this up in August with the autumn academia stuff is because my son starts his first year at university. And you guys already know Christopher is a huge part with all of this stuff. We do this together. And so I was just kind of celebrating his return to school. It's at the end of August, so I thought this was like the perfect time to just use this kit that we designed together to just kind of celebrate his first semester at the university. Yeah, so that is why I'm using it now and not next month, but I promise you I will be using it more because I do want to use this also in my Wonderland 222, probably for one of the weeks actually in September, probably the week that Raina goes back to school. I will probably use this kit as well. So that's why I'm using it now. I know it seems weird to be using it in August because it's like the middle of summer, but in my Wonderland 222, I've got the summer kits in there right now. I've got the Salty Air and Sunset Skies, and it is absolutely stunning. I love, love, love it. I will be using it the entire month of August, but in this planner, it was just like a celebration for Christopher. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. In this planner, I keep track of things like orders, shipping stuff, different like subscriptions and when they should be renewing, my lists, my everyday to-do lists on every single page. I don't do any daily planning in here. That's not what this planner is for. I have my monthly overview, which is where I like to try to keep my appointments and my bills that are due and the day that I'm going to budget, which is a stressful day for me. All of that kind of stuff is what I use the monthly view for. And so I can decorate this. I can decorate it as much as I want because I don't need a lot of space. There's only so many hours in the day. And so there's only so many things I can make a list for. So I find it um, just really relaxing to just sit down and do this. This is like so fun for me. And I did speed this video up a little bit. This video was another one that was over an hour long, and I'm trying to kind of shorten them a little bit for you guys so that you can actually get through the videos and see everything without having to jump around to see what you want. So hopefully this is better. Let me know in the comments down below if you would rather I do videos like this, where I put everything down and then just kind of talk you through it, or if you would rather that I do them just live and just chitter chatter like I did in the last one, which was way over an hour. I was highly caffeinated. There was I was very scatterbrained, and I feel like this is like a little bit more of a little bit better of a format. But if this isn't what you want and you want me to just freeform it and do like I've been doing, just let me know in the comments down below and I will do whatever it is that makes you guys the most comfortable. So on the monthly view, one of the things that I love to do, and I do this with the vellum in the subscriptions, but I don't have vellum in the kits that are not subscriptions. So what I did was I took the washi. So I give you in this kit, you get a full page of washi that is a full artwork page. And what I did was I just cut a strip off to fit inside of that little section right there of the planner where I don't really need to write anything. My to-do lists are on the weeks, on the actual day that they need to be done. And so here I just use it for decoration. So that little section right there would normally be where you would put your lists of what you needed to get done this month. But I put stuff in the days that they're due. So if it's a bill due, it goes on the day that it's due. If it's an appointment, it goes there. If it's something important that I need, like a sale or something, it goes on the actual day. And I don't really write anything in the lists a whole lot. Then you guys know I have to have my little quotes. I love those things so much. And in the autumn, was it the Autumn Blend? So the subscription that's available right now and will continue to be available until it sells out. So you've got a little bit of time to go because I still have a few more spots that are open. Not a ton, but I have a few more spots that are open. I did add a page. So if you haven't seen the unboxing, go head back and watch the unboxing. There is a page in there where I added some quotes to it, but you just cannot go wrong with having a couple of these things from Tim Holtz just at the ready at all times. So they're just like uplifting. They do have some snarky ones. They have some holiday ones. They have some other ones that you can pick, but I just get the ones that only have, like the uplifting quotes in them. So, and it's called Small Talk. It's Tim Holtz, it's Ideology, and it's available on Amazon. It's available in a bunch of different places, but Amazon is where I buy them, and I usually get them 2 at a time to make sure that it don't run out. So, and those are in black or white. So depending on the kit that you're using, you know, you can match it easily with whichever one you want. Like for Halloween, I guarantee you I'm going to have the black ones all over that stuff. And then I have the white ones all over this. So these are the library overlays. And it started out as something that I just put in as like a freebie for everybody during sale times, and then found that I could not plan without them. Like every single kit, I needed to have those overlays on something because I just love the way they layer. And then when you add some foil on top of that, it is just absolute perfection. So I now have all of these things that you're seeing, underlays and overlays, available in the shop for a few of the collections. I don't have them all. I'm working on some of the other ones. I've had some people say they want Timeless Travels in there, so I'll work on Timeless Travels. And then I'll try to always make sure that I put the new collections that I come out with, I'll try and make sure that I make the functional stuff for, but yeah, as of right now, I think there's like 5 different collections that I have these functional bundles for. And like I said, you can get them just one piece. So if all you want is a whole bunch of library overlays, you can just add those to your cart. You don't have to buy the whole set. Or if you want everything, you can just add the whole thing at once and be done with it. And then you've got everything that matches. So this is one of the underlays that I did. And some of them are different, like different kits have different ones. And so this one has this really beautiful green color that I pulled from the actual artwork. And then it's got the script, the white, it's actually a cream script overlay. And then I grabbed some of these kind of like off-white, almost grayish, like a really light gray alpha set from Coco Daisy. I have a ton of alpha sets from Coco Daisy. And because I've been a subscriber of theirs for such a long time, and I don't ever throw anything away because, you know, why would I? I just don't. I have a ton of these and I keep them all together in a little, one of the actual Cocoa Daisy, I used to have them in the shop before, but I don't have them anymore, but it's those Velcro, have the Velcro top on them, and I just have them stuffed in there. I have two of them, and they are packed full of alphas. So I always have those to use wherever I want to. And so for this little page right here, I just have my opener, and this is the in between the weeklies and the monthlies. And since these are all cloth and paper inserts, that's the way they come. So the ones for 2025, which are the ones that I'm obviously using right now, the way they came was the monthly came with the weekly, along with like an overview page, and like you had all your holidays page and all that kind of stuff. But the 2026 cloth and paper ones don't come like that. The monthlies come separated from the weeklies, and they don't have the cool dividers like they did last year. They kind of changed things up this year. So I'm keeping the dividers, by the way, and reusing them. I talked about it in the setup video when I put this whole planner together. I'm keeping those and no longer putting any decoration on the back, on the note section on the back, so that I can continue to reuse them in 2026. But for this one, this is like the perfect place for me to do like an opener and a note section and then move right into the weekly. So that's what that is. And then this is like the weekly view. And if you've seen, like, I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure that for every single kit that I put functionals up there for, there's time strips and bullet points. So if you're looking for a way to highlight times in a planner like this, where you have like those timed sections, those things are really good, and they add that pop of color that really goes really well with your artwork, is to just get the matching time strips if you have that type of a planner. If you don't have that type of a planner where you're not timing yourself or blocking out time, then it's obviously not something that you need. But if you saw on the monthly part, the bullet points, even if you're not a bullet journaler, those bullet points are fantastic because they are great for just highlighting a date, or making yourself a key of dates of things that you need to have. Like on the monthly, I highlighted sections on there for my paydays, for the sale days, for birthdays, for bills that were due, and I made each one a different color because there's 5 different colors on each one of those little bullet point pages. And again, those are in the functional section if you're looking for them. And so I just took a topic for each one of the colors, and that's the key. And I went back, so I didn't do it in this video. I went back and I labeled them so that I know exactly what they are, and they're on the dates that they need to be. So that way I have more room to actually write other things in there other than bill due or birthday or something like that. I can actually like write a note in that section, but I still know that on the 8th my Discover card is due without having to write Discover card due on that day. There's just a dot, so I know it's a bill due on that day, and the key is at the bottom of the monthly. So anyway, again, using more of the underlays, which I love, I just put stuff up here because, again, this is one of those things where I put my to-do lists on here, but like I said, there's only so many times, you know, only so many things I can get done in a day. And so I don't always need all the space, and I don't always time block. So sometimes the bottom, instead of blocking out time, I will just have my to-do list on the bottom and notes on the top. It just depends on the week or the day or what's going on. And like, to be honest, on the 31st, on this week, I actually put like one of those little doors, so it's like kind of a hidden door, because underneath it I did all my pen testing because I was trying to find the perfect fountain pen color to go with this particular artwork, and I went through probably like 6 different inks before I finally found the one that I think I want. Let me pull it out. It's sitting right here. Let me see if I actually wrote down which one it was, because I probably didn't. I was just writing pen test underneath, and I didn't actually write the name of the ink, but I'll bet you I have it written over here. I was trying to keep track. Oh, I know. I have the Inkibara Kopi O. That's the one that I settled on. So that's the one that I'm using right now in this one, but I'm kind of leaning towards going more with the Tom Studio Walnut ink because I think that also goes really well. So I might go back and forth. We'll see. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. I've been kind of playing around with it and writing in the book already because the whole month doesn't actually start until Friday, but I started just playing around with the 28th through the 31st just to kind of play and see what pens I wanted and to write little notes in there and whatnot. But the actual month doesn't even start till Friday. So those are what I'm talking about for blocking out time, and it matches the rest of your kit. So if you have like something that you want to block out right there and then write what you were doing, if it was an appointment or you're working on something or whatever, you can use those little time strips to just highlight that particular time. Or if you don't want to do that, or you don't have those, or that's not your thing, you can always just use a highlighter and highlight your time. I think that's what I'm pretty sure that's what Helen does from the Coffee Monsters Co. I don't know why I just blanked on Helen's name, but I'm pretty sure that that's what she does, is she just uses a highlighter. I don't think she actually has any time blocking strips, but she might. I don't know. I haven't seen one of her Plan With Me's in a while because I've been busy. Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to tell you guys. Comments. I know I get a lot of comments on these videos now, and I didn't used to, so it's hard for me to keep up with them sometimes. So what I did is I started scheduling time to when I can actually hop on YouTube, go to YouTube Studio, grab all the comments and respond to them. So please, please don't think that I'm like not seeing you or I'm not going to answer you. I'm most definitely going to answer you. It just may not be the day that you ask or the day that you comment. Because I don't actually get notified when you guys comment on a video. I have to go in and look and see what comments are. And sometimes I don't get to do that for days and days on end if I'm super busy. So I always, always will. If you have to get a hold of me, like you have a really important question that has to do with the shop, or you have something you absolutely need to know, or it has something to do with subscriptions or whatever, you can always email me. There's a link right on the Shopify shop, which is at www.cocoandfluff.com. It's linked below every single video. There's an actual like link right there that you can directly email me, and I will always get back to you that way, because every single day, as part of my daily routine, I have my planner, I have my iPad, I have my coffee, and I have my kitchen table. And that's the first thing I do every single morning when I get up, is I go through that routine so that I don't miss anything important. So if there is something that you need or some question that you have, please don't hesitate to email me, because that's probably the fastest way for me to get back to you. If you put a comment under a video here, there's a good chance that it may be a week, maybe even two, before I get a chance to see it, or I actually get a chance to respond to it. I'm going to try to get better. I'm going to try to schedule it to where I actually check comments once a week. But right now with summertime, I injured my shoulder, so I have all these stinking physical therapy and occupational therapy appointments. So my time is very limited right now, and with all of the subscriptions and everything else. So I promise I will get to them, and I will do a better job at scheduling time to actually answer any of the stuff, because I don't want you guys putting comments and thinking that I don't see them, because I do, and I love, love, love when you guys comment. So keep commenting. I promise I will get back to you. So in this little section right here, I'm trying to figure out what I want to put in that little corner right there. But you can see again with one of so that strip that's right there in the weekly to-do list is another little washi thing, and that one is not in this kit, but it is artwork from this kit that is in the functional section. So if it's something like that, little washi paper is perfect size for you to use as a sidebar, or for you to cut it into strips, or for you to rip it, or whatever makes you happy, whichever way you want to do it. It's another one of those things that's in that little functional section that you can pick up by itself if you want more washi paper, or you can pick it up in the bundle if you're getting the whole thing. However makes you happy, that's where that is, if that's something that you're looking for. And now I really needed something with my washi paper. It's on that clear back paper, and I've told you guys before in other Plans with me's that I try to always save one of the clear back sheets so that I can do my collaging right on it, and I don't have to try to guess as to where the underlays or the overlays are going to go. So I will like set up a whole entire piece right on that clear back paper when I'm using the washi stuff. But with the Premium Matte, which I use Premium Matte in my business planner because I don't have to worry about bulk. I've got giant 2-inch rings on this thing, so I'm not worried about bulking up my papers. And I usually pull out the weeklies at the end of the month. So I leave the monthly in, but I take the weeklies out. So I never have to worry about it bulking up. So I do use the Premium Matte in my business planner. So this time I was like, well, I wonder if this backing paper will work the same. So that's why I pulled the whatever you call the outer part of the stickers, like the waste part of the sticker paper off, and then kind of set it off to the side because I'm going to see if I can use it to collage on like I do with the clear backed paper. And then again, I'm just putting down stickers that I can put my, I wanted to be able to put the quote stickers over something with color, which is why I put one of the little, I think those ones I call them paint splotches. I don't know. I have different names for stuff because I can't think of what to call it. Ink stains, maybe. Oh, actually, that one's ink stains. The splotches are the ones that look like paint splatters. So yeah, and those make like really good places for you to put your quotes over because it gives that little pop of color behind it. If you don't have those or you don't want to pick those up, you can always use your highlighters as well. This is another one of those sheets that I added recently to not only my standalone journaling kits, but also to the subscriptions. And it's always going to be on washi paper because I want you to be able to do whatever you want with it. I want you to be able to rip it, tear it, cut it, however you want to use it. But I am using this as like a place for you to get more artwork in different sizes that you can use. Maybe if you want to do weekly planning, if you're like doing vertical planning like this in like a 7x9 planner, or in your Hobonichi cousin or your Hobonichi, you know, or like, I don't know, any A5 that you're doing any type of planning in, you could cut these up and use them like this and just make them into their own art boxes, or you can rip them and use them like any of the other washi, the terrible washi sheets. So that is why they're always going to be on washi paper, whether you get Premium Matte or you get washi. They're always going to be that way. And it's the same thing in the subscription list because this is basically a terrible washi sheet that you can, and I'm just showing you a different way, what else you can do with it besides that. See, that's a terrible washi sheet also, but that's just one of those other ways that you can use the terrible washi. And when you get them stuck together like that, it's really easy to get them apart. But if you get them too stuck together, which I found out, you will take some of the ink off, which isn't really that big of a deal when you're talking about underlays, but just know when you do that, that's what's going to happen. So again, just using the underlays. I'm going to try to think if there was anything else that we needed to kind of chat about. Christopher and school, I'm very excited, and so is he. It's almost time for him to go back. And he's gonna be kind of cutting back a little bit of his time in the shop. So he and I are kind of like working fast right now. We're doing a lot in a very short amount of time. So you'll probably see like a lot of sneak peeks of upcoming artwork and then not see that artwork for a while, because that's what we're doing, is like we're pre-planning out basically the rest of the year. And sometimes if I have like a question because there's something that I really want to show you guys or I really want to get your opinion on, that may or may not come to fruition. It's just something that we were kind of brainstorming and thought, oh, like this is one that I don't know if I'll ever be able to finish it because I'm not sure Christopher's going to have time to finish it with me, is the one that was kind of like a mix between Hotel Transylvania and the Universal Monsters. I put it up on the Facebook group and everybody loved it, but it's one of those ones that's kind of on back burner. It's not like right at the top of the list because we do have other ones that are like imperative that we get done before he doesn't have as much time to spend with me, because I don't want to do this without him. To be for totally honest, I don't know what I'm doing with this stuff. And yeah, he's just really good at it. And he's tried to show me stuff, and I'm the idea person and he's the doer. So if we're not doing it together, it's going to be really hard for me to just do it by myself. So we are working on, there's probably like 7 I think there was 7 different themes that we have going right now that we have written down or I've shown sneak peeks of, all the way through to the end of the year. So that way he can jump back in and we can do all of the spring releases and the summer releases when he's off on break between the fall semester and the spring semester. So just to give you an idea of like the timeline of things and how you're going to see a lot of stuff that I'm going to show you sneak peeks of, I'm going to ask questions, that kind of stuff. So shameless plug, if you're not a member of our Facebook group, that is also linked down below this video. And that would be the perfect place if you want to be a part of the conversation when it comes to deciding what kits that we're going to make, which ones maybe we won't, that kind of stuff. That is the perfect place to go. So head over to the Facebook group and join in. I do show some of the sneaks on Instagram, but I'm not as active on Instagram as far as like chatting with my Instagram subscribers as I am with chatting with everybody in the Facebook group. So anyway, that is where you will find like a lot more information is there. And look at how that comes out. That is so cool. This is my favorite page right here. Absolutely my favorite page. Because it's got those gorgeous boxes. It's very neat. It's very easy for me to write my lists all around that. There isn't a lot of like irregular stuff. And then, I always have to add something. I also add foil to all of these as well, because why not? Gotta have my foil. And that's another thing. I'm still kicking around the idea of adding foil to the shop. It's going to depend 100% on how frustrated I am making the foil sheets for the Texas conference. So I'm doing a conference in Texas in November. It's a Christmas in Texas kind of a thing. It's done with SLO planning or slow planning, Lisa. And so I'm going to be doing a collage class there, and I'm putting together a packet for everybody that attends. And in that packet, I have everything from the underlays to the artwork to the overlays to the foil. So I am going to be designing some foil for Texas for November. And if it goes well and I don't want to pull my hair out and it doesn't make me angry, I may bring foil to the shop because I use it quite often, especially now. I was on a big foil kick for a while, literally gave all of my foil to Brandy. Love you, Brandy. Hope you're using it. Gave all of my foil to Brandy because I just wasn't using it anymore. And then totally got right back into, I need to use foil all the time. So yeah, I'm probably going to do that. And like I said, keep an eye out for it. If I do bring it to the shop, it's another thing that's going to be talked about largely on the Facebook group, but I will sneak it over on Instagram and let you know if I decide to carry it or not. But they're going to be very simple. It's not going to be crazy foiled kits because I just can't do that. I just don't have enough time in my entire life to do that. But what I can do is overlays and underlays that are foiled, which is pretty much what I use right now and what a lot of shops are carrying. So it's going to be pretty easy for you to be able to either get them from me or from somebody else if you're wanting to do your planning the same way that I'm doing mine. So let's get back to the planner. Still, again, using those ink splotches or ink stains and some of the overlays just to kind of round it out. This is the last page of the week, or the month, I should say. So I don't have a lot more that I'm going to be putting down as far as artwork is concerned. So I have a ton of artwork that is left over that I can use in my Wonderland 222, which I will be using. So because this is the premium matte, I'll probably end up using the premium matte like as underlay stuff in there, and then using the other one, the washi paper version of this in there so that I don't create a lot of bulk. And then I'm just using the other little piece of washi that is part of the functional stuff for that little edge right there so that I can put some other stuff there. And then I'll just add a couple more little embellishments, and then we'll get into the fun stuff, which is the foil, which is my favorite. Oh, and we also need to do this back page. So on the back page, I basically just wanted to put down like a big section of this is terrible washi. This actually comes in this Autumn Academia kit. So if you're looking for that, it is it is in there. And then I'm taking the big sections, which these are the half page artwork. I know I'm saying a lot. I'm even catching myself doing it, and I'm still doing it. So I wanted to put those down and use them in here because I really don't have any other spaces, since I don't really use this stuff in my daily planner, especially not the big pre and that. I wanted to put them in here. So I thought that was a perfect place for the big half page stuff. And then the full page one was, you saw me put it in the beginning. So now I'm just kind of going through all my goodies and showing you I still have a lot of stuff to play with, a lot. So I'm going to kind of go through and add a few more little embellishments here and there, some more of the library overlays. I wanted to use them all up, and I only had a couple left. So I'm just kind of finding a few places where I can put them just to kind of add a little bit more layering, a little bit more embellishment to the artwork. And yep, so then that one's all gone. I went through quite a lot of stuff doing this. Those are all the time strips, another piece of underlay. I'm kind of just making a pile. Those are the bullet points. So if you're looking for the bullet points, that's what I was talking about before. And then these are the time strips. And I'm going to use some of the time strips for just highlighting what day of the week it is in the planner. So in the little thing at the bottom, and that was just to add a little pop of color to that calendar. So it's hard to see it in the video, but in person you can still see through that perfectly. So because the date, you can see there that the week that it's in is a darker font, and I believe it's that way pretty much with every planner. The highlighted week is darker font than the rest of it, and it does show through these, even the darker strips, the darker time strips, it shows through just fine. But even if it didn't, it still looks cool, and I literally never use that. So I really did struggle with the idea of maybe even covering that, because I didn't really feel like I needed it. Maybe for next month, I'll just cover that one down at the bottom. And I believe in the Cloth and Papers 2026, that's not there. I feel like it's not. I'll let you know, because I actually ordered my inserts there and they've already shipped. So they should be here pretty soon. So in the next haul video, I will definitely point that out as to whether or not that's there or not. But I feel like it's either not there or it's next month, not the month that we're in. But I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I will have to double check it when I get my inserts, because they are on the way. So that was it, just kind of highlighting those just to add that little pop of color to that little corner at the bottom, because I don't really do anything else with it ever. Every once in a while I might highlight the paydays on it, but I don't really need to know that. So I'm just going to go through my quotes, pick the ones that I want, and add them to the spots where I want them to add. And you can kind of tell just by looking at it where I plan on putting them. And I bet you didn't think it was there. But I thought that strip, because it's kind of skinnier than the actual box that it's in, was like a perfect place to put a little bit of artwork on there and then put some of the quotes down the side, and it would look really nice. So that's why I did it. And then I have a couple of other spots that are kind of obvious spots that I'm going to put them. But that's one of my favorites. Choose to see the good stuff. These really are my favorite thing. Like, I know you guys have seen them 100 times, but I just can't seem to tell you enough how much I absolutely love these little quote strips. And they just make me smile. And I open my planner and I read it, especially if I'm having a crap day, which lately there's been a lot of crap days with my shoulder and just finding new and painful ways to not be able to sleep and not be able to sit. So these are all things that I'm not used to, because I'm a very like go kind of a person, and when I can't go, yeah, it's just not fun for me. So having like all these little quote strips to remind me how good everything really is, and to stop being a big baby about everything, just kind of makes me happy. So these are the foil sheets that I told you about, and these would be the kinds of things that I would be adding to the shop. It would be very similar to what you're seeing right here, because I feel like these are the easiest ones for me to do, and the ones that I'm less likely to want to chuck the foil machine out the window with, because I've always had, so I have a professional machine. It's not like something that you would go down to Staples and buy. It's not a laminator. It's a professional foiling machine. And sometimes that thing just makes me want to cry. So, or it did before. I'm going to test it out. It's going to be on washi paper, because I cannot find that what's that called? Frosted vellum. I can't find that frosted vellum anywhere that takes foil. I've tried to foil the frosted vellum that I have, and it just will not hold. It won't stay on there. So I don't know if they made a change to the frosted vellum and now it's not foilable, or what they did to it, but washi paper is 100% foilable, and that's what I'm going to try. So since I haven't tried it yet, it may actually be very easy to do, and I might love it, and it might become like a thing where I have a lot of it, or again, I might hate it and never do it again. So these are all ones that I get from, I think I have Pretty Pink. That one is the Pretty Pink Co. You can probably just see them at the top because I can't really remember. Oh wait, I have them sitting right here. Hold on. Starlight Paper Studio. I used some of those. Pretty Pink Co. I have some of those. Letters to Apollo. Sadie stickers. Letters to Apollo. Yeah, those are basically where I was buying all of my foil from. And whenever I buy foil from places like that, I usually buy it in all 4 colors, like the 4 primary colors. So it'll be the gold, the light gold, the hollow, and the silver. Or if they don't have a gold and light gold version, it's usually a rose gold. And so that's how I usually buy them, because you can just add all 4 to your cart. And it's probably something that I will do as well. We'll see how it goes, so that you can have all 4 colors or just pick all one, whatever you want to do. Yeah, but that's the easiest way for me, because then I've got lots of choices and they're in all the colors, so I can just pick and choose what I want to match whatever kits that I'm using. And with Halloween coming, the Halloween kits are all really cool toned, so I'll finally get to use my silver. Also think the winter. Nope, the winter kit. Nope, it's warm. It's warm toned. Yeah, I showed a sneak peek about that one too, actually just last night. Today is what is today? Oh, today's the 31st. Today's the 31st. So tonight, I actually put a sneak peek of the December artwork up on the Facebook group, and I asked what people think about it, because Christopher and I were kind of going back and forth about it. We both really love it. We both think it's absolutely stunning, and even for him, he just thinks it's perfect. It's like perfect winter, but not Christmas, but still Christmas. I don't know how else to explain it. That's like my best explanation for that artwork. But we both kind of thought it's really kind of a classic, like a classic old-timey style of artwork, and we weren't really sure if that's what everybody would like or not. So I threw a sneak peek up on Facebook group. I've gotten a few responses so far, because I did throw it up pretty late. And so we'll see tomorrow how many people actually really love it. And if they do, then we will just go ahead with that artwork for the month. So it'll go out November 1st for December. And that's also the artwork that I'm going to be using during the planner conference in November. So that artwork will also be used for that stuff. So if you are one of the people that are going to be at that Christmas in Texas with SLO planning, then you'll already have a sneak peek of what the artwork is and what kind of a vibe you're going to get from my little class that I'm teaching. It's not really teaching, it's more like just chatting and showing you what I do, and then if you want to, you can follow along. But I'm planned out. Oh, here's where all the dots are. You see there? Later on, I'm not going to do it right now, but later on, I went and I labeled all of those, and I used each one of those colors for a different thing. So you can see right there, those every other Friday, those are paydays, which are really weird right now, being off on work injury. So those really don't have any meaning whatsoever. But normally, those would be the paydays for work. And then I've got birthdays in there, bill dues in there, appointments in there. So they're all, and sale. So they're all ready to go, and I already put them in the planner, and they look fantastic. So we are just about done with setting everything up and just putting down the last of my little bits. So I just want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I really, really appreciate it. I hope this gives you a few ideas. I hope you guys love this kit. I think it is absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to keep using it again next month. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.